Hi guys, I'm going to do a little bit more work on this Silverlit helicopter. I established that this LiPo battery wasn't charging. I've even put some connectors on it and tried it directly charging and it won't charge. So the next thing to do is to try and bypass the little bit of circuitry that's actually on the LiPo battery, because that's probably registering the fact that the battery is completely flat and it's preventing any extra charge going into it. So I'm going to rig up a couple of pins that I can actually get to. I think we'll go close up. What we need to do is bypass this bit of circuitry just here, because that's identifying the battery as being completely flat and it's preventing any charge going into it for good reasons, which I'm not going to go into. So what I need to do is, on the back of the battery you can see the two leads coming up from the battery which go round the front and into the circuit board. I'm going to solder some wires onto two pins, push them in from either side so they go onto that those leads directly, so we should be charging directly into the battery, and completely bypassing this circuitry. So that's one pin soldered onto the wire. I'll just solder the other one on and then we'll see if we can push them in and make contact. While I'm waiting for the soldering iron to warm up, I don't know if it's visible, but it looks to me like there's actually corrosion on that lead. That one looks okay, but that one looks corroded to me, so that may be the problem. We'll find out when we try charging it. Soldered my wires to these pins, so we're now pushed directly into the LiPo battery onto the two contacts. We're not getting anything at the moment, which is good. So I'll now plug this into the charger, into the original transmitter. Let's just zoom back a little bit. And just see if we get any charge. Right, we've got no green light, but I'll leave it for a while and see if it does start charging. So we're going from the transmitter through the normal charger lead into the temporary lead that I've rigged up, that is now touching directly onto the terminals of the LiPo battery. So we'll leave that for a while and see if anything happens, because there might be a protector circuit in here preventing anything going out, so I might have to try a different charger that's not so clever. If I put my meter on there, that's showing nothing, so I'm suspecting that there's some protection circuit actually in the charger as well. So I'm going to have to try one that's not so clever, not so well protected. Just try and demonstrate the difference between the two transmitters and chargers. So this is the Silverlit one from the original helicopter. Switch that on, we get a little bit of power appears and then it disappears, so I think there's a protector circuit in here to stop you trying to charge a flat battery. So if we try this one instead, Switch that on, and it's happily pushing 8.15 volts into the battery. So we'll leave that for a little while and see if it actually manages to charge it at all. We'll also keep an eye on it because there's always the possibility of your LiPo battery catching fire. I've now moved on to a USB charger. That one was given at 8 volts. But when I disconnect the charger it soon drops away to nothing. So it doesn't look like we're having any success. I may have to take the plastic packaging off and just check whether we're actually making contact with the battery. I was trying to avoid it, but I think I'll have to do it. I think that shows the problem. You can see that is really corroded there. So I don't know if we're getting anything or if we're just wasting our time. I suspect we're just wasting our time. We're not measuring anything across those two terminals, even though I'm connected directly to them. I think with all that corrosion on there, there's a good chance that the battery's leaked. So I think we're out of luck. That's a shame. I've left this charging for, well, several hours now, but I don't think anything will have gone into the LiPo. Let's have a look if I disconnect the power. No, it drops away to 0 straight away. So there's no charge gone into that LiPo at all. And that's directly connected onto the LiPo tags, bypassing the charging circuit. So that one's completely duff, which is rather what I thought. And it certainly looks like it's been leaking there anyway. So we tried and failed.